Good Friday morning to you. No, it's not Good Friday, but hopefully it's a Good Friday. Anyway, so I'm gonna bitch for a minute. I get this text a few days ago from Duke Power saying that they were going to be doing some maintenance and upkeep of the service provide area, whatever's. And there was a blackout coming Thursday, the 20th at 10 p.m. And, I thought, well, damn, that's not a convenient time, but when is? When's a good time? Because you can't do it in the middle of the night. I'm going to wake up. Anytime I'm supposed to be asleep, that's going to wake me up because I'm a noise maker user and a fan needer when I'm sleeping. So if you turn those off, I'm waking up. Well, 10 p.m. on Thursday, my fat ass needs to be in bed, if not already asleep. Not worrying about the power going out. And it said only for 15 minutes. But you know what's worse than that? Is when they say they're going to do it, and then they don't. Because there I sat, tired as hell, ready for bed, waiting. 10 o'clock came, I was, all right, here we go. Got flashlights ready, got the old man in his chair, telling him not to go anywhere, and I'm ready. I didn't even start the dishwasher after dinner, because I thought, what if it, the power, I don't know how long the dishwasher takes. It takes forever. 10:15 came and went. Damn, 10:20, 10:30. But you've got to be kidding me. So I stayed up probably at least half an hour, if not an hour, waiting for the power to go out, and it never did. Anyway, I got so keyed up or whatever that then I got in bed and just laid there. I got no sleep anyway. I got less sleep than I would have normally. I could have, even if the power did go out at 10, I could have gotten pretty close to the same amount of sleep. But the power didn't go out and I got way less sleep. Gonna be a fun Friday. All right, here we are. Here we go. Ready, set, rock and roll. It is almost 10 a.m. We just are leaving dialysis. Uh-oh, hold on a second. Oh, excuse me. I never sneezed just once, so there's another one coming. Told you. Might even be one more. We'll see. All right, so today, after work, we got home. We got him squared away. And for some reason, somehow, we got ready and here earlier than usual for Friday. In fact, I think we were earlier today than we've been the other days this week. I really don't know how that happened. Anyway. So I feel like things are really ramping up now for my break from the Y. I had to tell a few people that they would say, well, we'll see you next week. I was like, yeah, next week's going to be my last Friday for a while. Oh, yeah, whatever. I was like, no, I'm having surgery, so I won't be back for a little while. So I'll be heading down to Charleston and get my ticker fixed. It's just a congenital defect that is finally going to get fixed. Should have been fixed 53 or 54 years ago, and it wasn't, but it's going to be now. And some of the consequences of it not being fixed all this time are also going to be addressed. And we'll get that done and have some 2, 3, 4 months of rehab and get back to normal, I hope. Actually get back to a corrected normal. Apparently things have not been normal in this regard all my life, and it just was never a big deal or wasn't problematic per se in any really noticeable ways. So yeah, I'm ready to get that over with. I've had a lot of surgeries, but I think this one probably is going to have to rank up there as the biggest one. I was trying to count my surgeries the other day, and it sounds silly to say I can't count them, but I can. 7 orthopedic surgeries, and then some procedures. We'll call the others procedures. Some of them are more invasive than others, but nonetheless, procedures. I've had 2 ablations, almost exactly 10 years apart. I had a stent put in for a kidney stone. That was fun, and was in for about a month before it was removed. Removal is much easier than insertion, but less fun because you're awake when they pull it out. What else? So some of the cardiac stuff hasn't exactly been fun, like the TEE, which stands for transesophageal echocardiogram. That wasn't very fun, but I was out. For the most part, the worst part about things like that is the anxiety of doing it, but when it comes time to do it, you're out. So wake up, all's well, and you go on. That was no fun. The cardiac MRI, I think I've talked about that ad nauseum, was pretty fucking miserable. And with all my orthopedic issues and stuff, I've had a bunch of MRIs, but that was by far the worst MRI I ever had. What else? I feel like I'm forgetting something. Anyway, yeah, what else happened? But all this time, and I say all this time, for like 3 years now, I've been wanting my hip to be fixed after being damaged by I can't think of a good adjective, but let's just say a chiropractor damaged me. And it's interesting because it took forever to really get my GP on board with doing something about it. Doing something more than just sending me for x-rays. I almost felt insulted that he just sent me for x-rays, because that's almost just placating me, because x-rays on a soft tissue injury aren't going to show anything. So then when he finally was like, oh, well, we'll get an MRI. Problem is, nobody wants to give a shit about my hip when my heart is still wonky. So maybe when we get the heart fixed, then maybe I can get something done about this hip. Pretty sure there was a tear in there. The physical therapist I was working with is also pretty sure there was a tear in there. But at this point, if that was torn, it's healed, and it hasn't healed well. So it's still quite, I don't want to say painful. It is painful, unfortunately, but it's not, it's a different kind of pain. It's just kind of weird. Certain things aggravate it. Certain things are okay with it. I don't have a problem with the spin bike or the elliptical. I don't have a problem with the ski erg, but damn that, or squats and deadlifts. But damn that rower. I guess it's just the way I sit. It just really is hard on my hips. Sometimes the way I sit in my chair, sometimes the way I lay in my bed. That hip is just no good. I don't really want to have a surgery on my hip, but like I said, I've had a bunch of surgeries, and maybe if it would make me feel better, I'd be okay with it. Anyway, this might be the last chiropractic visit I have for a while. No, I might be here next Friday too. And then I'll have to take some time off from that too. I have one more massage before I go to Charleston, and those roll over. These don't roll over, so I'll put this membership on hold. Excuse me. Man, why did I eat pepper jack cheese? That is not a good accompaniment for any kind of breakfast. Pepper jack. Whew. I think I'm gonna have to get me a Coke Zero. But for now, I'm gonna have to go get cracked. Back in a little bit. Alrighty. Oops, my garage didn't close. There we go. It is 2:05. I'm heading back to the dialysis clinic. I got the chiropractor, got to the pharmacy, got the grocery store 1, grocery store too. Came home, took my sheets out of the dryer, put them on my bed, made my bed. Took my clothes out of the wash, put them in the dryer, put another load of clothes in the wash, cut up Walt's fruit. I guess that's about it. I'm whooped, man. I'm doing all this on 3 hours sleep. Less than 3 hours sleep, closer to 2.5. Caffeine and rage. No, I'm not angry. Anywho, I think I'm going to stick to my guns and not get any meters today. This challenge is tough, but there's no reason to make it any tougher than it has to be. They give you 6 days, but you don't have to do it. The challenge is for 25 days out of the month, so you get 6 days that you don't have to do the meters. And I think I'm going to take that today. I had actually hoped to get 45 minutes on the elliptical before I had to go back to get Walt, but I didn't have enough time. And I'll do it when we get back home, because if I sit down to watch my shows, I'm going to go to sleep. And I do that every Friday, and I hate myself for it. Because then that means I'm out there exercising when I should be getting things ready for dinner. Now, dinner tonight. Going to do a mixed bag for Walt. We had pot roast one night, which he gets to, served over French fries, air fryer French fries. And we had meatloaf one night. I think we made mashed potatoes. Yeah, Sarah made mashed potatoes for the meatloaf. But I think what we're going to do tonight is we're going to probably do French fries again and break the meatloaf up and the pork pot roast up and put it over the fries and pour some gravy over it. When I do pot roast, a wonderful gravy is made in the pot, in the crock pot. But tonight we'll use a jar. I say a wonderful gravy. Hell, I don't eat it. I smell it and it looks good and it smells good. It's just not my cup of tea. I have some steak left over from the steak tacos the other night. I don't think I have any other leftovers in the fridge. So I think I'm going to end up, Sarah and I are going to end up probably just making our own pizzas. Yeah, that's probably going to be it. I should lift weights today. But I came up with 3 routines that will get me weights and 10,000 meters. One's a push, one's a pull, one's a legs. So my next 3 weightlifting sessions are already accounted for. I guess I need to figure out which one I want to do last with meters and do it today. In other words, if I do push today, I'm not going to do push with meters again tomorrow. I'll do it a few days out. So today will be, I think, my 3rd day off. Next Friday will be my 4th day off. And the following Monday will be my 5th day off. And I'll have a day to spare. That way I am not exercising on days that I work on Friday. And I'm exercising. I'm just not doing my meters. And then the 31st, the last day of the month, will actually be my last massage before my surgery. And so I don't think I'm going to do my meters on that day either. So I've got it all planned out. I'm still going to hit the challenge for the month. I'm going to enjoy and get the most out of my last massage. I have made my therapist aware that I will not be back for a while, but if she were to get a wild hair and decide to go work somewhere else, she has to call me. She's contractually obligated at this point to call me and tell me where she's going, because she's outstanding. I haven't watched any basketball today. Just not that into it. Not as much as I used to be. The older I get, the more I just really enjoy English football. I knew the U.S. men's national team was playing yesterday, but I just couldn't even care enough to watch it. I did see that we lost. Shocker. We lost to Panama again. Why the hell can't we beat Panama? Fuckers. Anyway. Who is the national team coach? Isn't it Pochettino? Wasn't he supposed to be our savior? So he did well at Spurs, and then he went where? Chelsea? No. PSG? Didn't do anything there. He might have won the league, but PSG always wins the league. And then he went to Chelsea when Todd Bowley took over there, and he didn't do shit at Chelsea till they canned his ass. And then the U.S. men's national team took him, and we felt like, hey, we got us a world-class coach. Is he world-class, really? I know Spurs don't win trophies, and he got them to a Champions League final, but does that make him world-class? I guess, I don't know. I feel like I could have gotten that team to pretty far in the Champions League. We had some great players then. Anyway. Oh, and he also made a fatal flaw in the Champions League final. So maybe that was the beginning of his downfall. Anyway, U.S. lost to Panama again. And it's a international break, so there's no Premier League this weekend. That's kind of a bummer, but it's also kind of nice to think I can just sleep in Saturday without missing any games. Spurs' next match is the day of my surgery. Hopefully I'll wake up in time to either watch it or be cognizant enough to find out if we won or not. Oh well. So I'm pretty much done for the day except for my exercise and dinner. So I'm gonna call it. I'll see you later. Thanks for watching.